Have you ever been in a moment where your heart screamed to respond, but something inside told you to stay silent? In life, we are taught that speaking up means strength, but in Islam, silence at the right moment is a sign of true power. It shows self-betrayal, it shows wisdom. It shows that you are not ruled by your emotions, but guided by your faith. Silence can protect your peace, it can save your relationships, it can bring you closer to Allah. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. In this video, we're going to explore 5 powerful moments in Islam where silence is not just good, it is better than words. These are moments where staying quiet is a sign of strength, not weakness. Where your discipline speaks louder than your tongue, where your silence becomes a form of worship. 1. Stay silent when you're angry. There are moments in life when your heart starts beating faster. Your hands shake. Your mind is racing, and your tongue feels ready to explode with words you'll regret later. This is the feeling of anger. It's a fire inside that makes you want to fight, shout, and argue. But in that very moment, the strongest thing you can do is stay silent. You see, anyone can talk when they're angry. Anyone can scream or insult. But not everyone can stay calm. Not everyone can stay silent. That kind of silence takes courage. That silence takes real control. That silence is the mark of a strong believer, because it's easy to speak, but it takes a powerful heart to stay quiet and protect others and yourself from your own anger. When someone hurts your feelings, when they speak to you harshly or treat you unfairly, your first instinct may be to defend yourself with words. You may feel like shouting back, proving them wrong, or saying something that will hurt them even more. But ask yourself, what will happen after that? Will the pain disappear? Will things get better? Or will you end up regretting the things you said in anger? Anger is not a sign of strength, it's a test of it. When you stay silent while you're angry, you are not being weak, you are being strong. You are showing that you are in control of yourself. You are showing that your heart is greater than your ego. You are showing that your faith is stronger than your pride. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of self-respect. It shows that you do not want to be like the one who hurt you. It shows that you will not fall into the trap of ugly words. It shows that you trust Allah to handle what is unfair. It shows that your discipline is more powerful than any insult thrown at you. And sometimes, silence in anger is not just for others, it's for yourself. Because when you speak in anger, your heart becomes heavy. You start feeling guilt and sadness later. But when you stay silent, you give yourself peace. You protect your soul from regret. You save your tongue from sin. And you walk away with honor. Do you know what happens when you stay silent in your anger for the sake of Allah? He sees it. He knows how hard it was. He knows how much you wanted to speak, but you didn't. And He rewards that, because you did it for Him. And anything you do for Allah never goes unnoticed. So the next time someone pushes your buttons, the next time someone tries to bring out the worst in you, remember who you are. Remember who you represent. You are a servant of Allah. And you don't have to respond to every insult. You don't have to reply to every rude comment. You don't have to win every argument. Let your silence speak for you. Let your character answer them. Let your discipline shine so bright that it blinds their anger. That is true strength. That is true power. That is the path of a believer. 2. Stay silent when you don't have full knowledge. One of the most dangerous things in the world is a person who speaks without knowing. In our time, everyone has something to say. People are quick to give opinions, fast to comment, and eager to act like they know everything. But Islam teaches us something different, something wiser. If you don't know, stay silent. There is no shame in not knowing. There is no weakness in saying, "I'm not sure," or "I don't know enough to speak about this." In fact, this kind of silence is not weakness at all. It is strength. It is wisdom. It is discipline. And it is exactly what Islam encourages. Speaking without knowledge can be very harmful. Your words may mislead others. You may speak wrongly about Allah, about His religion, or about His creation. You may say something that hurts someone's heart or damages someone's life. And the worst part is, you may not even realize it. In Islam, seeking knowledge is a duty, but speaking as if you have knowledge when you don't is dangerous. That's why the scholars of Islam were very careful. Even when they knew a lot, they stayed silent on things they were unsure about. There is beauty in being honest about what you don't know. It shows humility. It shows respect for knowledge. It shows that you care more about truth than about pride. But today, many people feel embarrassed to say, "I don't know." They fear looking weak or less intelligent. So they pretend to know. They guess. They speak with confidence, but without truth. This is not confidence. This is arrogance. Silence, in this case, becomes your safety. It protects you from spreading false information. It saves others from being misled. And most importantly, it saves your soul from speaking about things that belong only to Allah. Imagine someone asks you a question about Islam, something deep, something about rulings or about the unseen. If you don't have the full answer, the best thing you can do is stay silent or direct them to someone who knows. This is not avoiding the question. This is honoring the truth. This is fearing Allah. You are not required to know everything. You are required to be honest. You are required to be careful. Because every word you say will be recorded. Every sentence will be brought forward on the day of judgment. And on that day, silence will be better than false speech. So the next time you're in a discussion or a debate, or someone asks for your opinion on a serious matter, pause. Ask yourself, do I really know enough to speak? Am I certain? Am I just guessing? If you're not sure, choose silence, because that silence will protect your soul. That silence will guard your tongue. That silence will be a form of worship. Let your discipline shine through your silence. Let others talk and argue, but you stay calm, stay respectful, stay silent, until truth enters your heart with certainty. And when you finally do speak, let it be from a place of clarity, sincerity, and truth. That is when your words will have value. That is when your speech will be a light for others. That is when Allah will bless your tongue. 3. Stay silent when you're being insulted. One of the hardest moments in life is when someone insults you. Maybe they call you names. Maybe they make fun of you in front of others. Maybe they try to make you feel small, unimportant, or foolish. Your heart starts to beat faster. Your chest feels heavy. You want to respond. You want to defend yourself. You want to hurt them back with your words. But Islam teaches something far more powerful. When you are insulted, the best response is silence. Staying silent in that moment is not weakness. It is deep strength. It is self-control. It is faith in Allah. You see, anyone can insult back. Anyone can scream. Anyone can make the fight bigger. But not everyone can hold back. Not everyone can rise above. Not everyone can trust Allah enough to walk away with dignity. Silence in the face of insults is a sign that your heart is clean, that your character is strong, that your focus is not on what people say, but on what Allah sees. Imagine this. Someone insults you, but you say nothing. You stay calm. You look away. You walk away. In that moment, you are showing the world that your character is not controlled by others. You are showing that you are not a slave to your emotion. You are showing that your dignity cannot be touched by cheap words. And the most beautiful part? When you stay silent during an insult, Allah defends you. Yes, Allah becomes your protector. He lifts you up. He honors you in ways no human ever could. Think about this. How many times have you said something in anger and then regretted it? How many times have you tried to defend yourself but only made the problem worse? That's what harsh words do. They leave a scar on the heart. But when you stay silent, you leave with your peace. You leave with your honor. You leave with your head high. Silence is not losing. Silence is winning the bigger battle, the battle within yourself. And sometimes your silence teaches others a lesson. When you don't respond to hatred, it confuses the one who insulted you. They expect a reaction. They want to see you break. But when you don't give them that satisfaction, they begin to feel small. They realize they can't control you. Your silence becomes louder than any insult. Every time you stay silent when someone disrespects you, you are rewarded. Every time you walk away with grace, your rank with Allah rises. Every moment you control your tongue, you are building your palace in paradise. So the next time someone tries to hurt you with words, remember this. You don't need to respond. You don't need to fight back. Let them speak. Let them try. Let them burn with their anger. And you stay calm. Stay focused. Stay silent. Let Allah handle what your tongue does not need to. 4. Stay silent when you're doing a good deed. There is something special about doing good quietly, something pure, something powerful, in a world where people rush to show every act of kindness, every donation, every prayer. Islam reminds us that the best good deed is the one done silently, only for Allah. When you do a good deed and stay silent about it, you are protecting your intention. You are keeping your heart clean from pride. You are making sure that your reward comes only from Allah, not from people. You see, it is easy to help someone and then tell others about it. It feels good to be praised. It feels nice when people say, "Wow, you're such a good person." But if we are honest, that praise can become dangerous. Because little by little, our intention starts to change. We start doing good not for Allah, but for attention. Not for the hereafter, but for likes, claps, and compliments. That's why staying silent after a good deed is an act of discipline. It is a sign of a pure heart. It shows that your relationship with Allah is more important than the approval of the world. You don't need the world to know you gave charity. You don't need to announce that you fasted extra days or stayed up at night to pray. You don't need to post every kind word you said or every meal you gave to the poor. Your Lord knows, and that is enough. In fact, the reward for a silent good deed is greater because it comes with ikhlas, sincerity. And sincerity is the soul of every action. Without it, even the biggest deeds lose their value. But with it, even the smallest action, done quietly, done purely, can become the reason Allah forgives you and gives you Jannah. Let's take a simple example. You help someone in need. You give them money or food. You don't tell anyone. You don't expect a thank you. You just walk away with a smile in your heart. That moment, that silence, that action becomes a secret between you and Allah. it becomes something special, something blessed. And that's the kind of deed Allah loves the most, the ones that are hidden, the ones that are done only for His sake, the ones that no one talks about, but the angels write down with golden ink. Your silence after doing good is a message. It says, I did this for you, O Allah, no one else, just you. And Allah hears that silent message. He accepts it. He rewards it in ways you can't even imagine. Sometimes the biggest reward is not in this world. It's in that secret moment on the Day of Judgment when Allah shows you the huge mountain of good deeds you didn't even remember. And you ask, Ya Allah, when did I do all this? And He replies, these are the deeds you did for me and only for me. You never spoke about them. You never showed them. But I never forgot. So, the next time you do something good, stay silent. Let your heart smile. Let your soul feel full. Let your sincerity speak louder than your words. Your silence is not emptiness. It is purity. It is protection. It is proof that you trust Allah to see what others don't. 5. Stay silent when gossip or backbiting starts. There is a moment in every gathering when the topic changes. Someone's name is mentioned. A private matter is discussed. Jokes are made about someone who isn't even present. It may start small. A laugh, a complaint, a story. But before you know it, it becomes gossip. It becomes backbiting. And that's the moment when you must stay silent. In Islam, gossip and backbiting are serious sins. They are not small mistakes. They are dangerous acts that can destroy relationships, tear communities apart, and most importantly, distance you from Allah. And yet, it's so easy to fall into them, because when people start talking about others, it feels exciting. You feel included. You feel part of the circle. But the truth is, every word said behind someone's back, every word they would hate to hear, is like poison to your soul. Staying silent in those moments is not just a good habit. It is protection. It is discipline. It is an act of worship. It shows that your loyalty is not to gossip, not to fitting in, but to Allah. It shows that your heart is clean, your soul is alert, and your tongue is under control. Some people say, but it's true, I'm not lying about them. Even if what you're saying is 100% true, if the person would not like it, then it is backbiting. And if it's not true, then it's even worse. It becomes slander. Both are major sins in the sight of Allah. When you find yourself in a group where gossip is starting, you have 3 choices. First, you can stop it by gently reminding them that it's not right. Second, you can change the topic. And if that's too difficult, then your third and most powerful choice is silence. Your silence in that moment is not weakness. It is courage. It is a way of saying, I refuse to join in this sin. I refuse to speak about someone who isn't here to defend themselves. I fear Allah more than I fear missing out on this conversation. And sometimes silence is not just about not speaking. It's about not listening either. Because listening to gossip is also part of the sin. If you're sitting there nodding, smiling, or saying nothing, you're encouraging it. That's why walking away is often the best response. It sends a clear message. I don't want to be part of this. When you stay silent during gossip, you are saving yourself from this dark act. You are protecting your book of deeds. You are respecting the dignity of someone who isn't even in the room. And Allah sees that. He sees your choice. He sees your discipline. And the reward? It's beautiful. While others are earning sin with their tongues, you are earning reward with your silence. While others are wasting time in useless talk, you are rising in the eyes of Allah. So the next time gossip begins, pause. Feel your heart. Think about your hereafter. Remember that silence is not just about keeping your mouth closed. It's about opening your heart to what pleases Allah. Let your silence be your shield. Let it be your statement. Let it say, I choose discipline. I choose mercy. I choose the path that leads to Jannah. And remember, the one who stays silent in a gathering of gossip is not just saving themselves, they are sending a message of goodness. Maybe your silence will inspire someone else to be silent too. Maybe your silence will protect another soul from being harmed. Maybe your silence will earn you a dua from an angel you never saw. So guard your tongue like a treasure. Keep it safe, keep it pure, and when the room is filled with voices speaking harm, let your silence speak for your faith. In a world full of noise, arguments, and pressure to always speak, your silence becomes your shield. It protects your heart. It protects your soul. We talked about 5 powerful moments where Islam teaches us to stay silent. Not to avoid, but to rise above. Not to hide, but to stay pure. And in each of those moments, when you choose silence over sin, you choose Allah. And when you choose Allah, He chooses you. Let your silence speak for your discipline. Let your character answer where your tongue stays quiet.